A very good morning, a very pleasant morning. Still, we are into the refreshing morning and welcome you back. And now we are inching towards having the very first tutorial session of the 26th National Convention on Knowledge, Library and Information Networking, NACLIN 2023, being organized by Delnet in collaboration with Goa University, Goa. Requesting you all to kindly keep the mobile phones on the sabbatical, put them on the sabbatical for some time till the session gets over. No distractions, all attentions, and attention as we are heading towards a very, very important tutorial. And the tutorial is on developing toolkit for cybersecurity management and preparedness. Before I request our speaker to start the session, we would like to place on records a very warm, sincere thanks and appreciation to Major Vineet Kumar, the Global President and Founder of Cyber Peace Foundation, for his collaboration with NACLIN 2023. And they have been the ones, Delnet and CPF has a very long-standing relation, and we keep on organizing a large number of programs on concern for cybersecurity. I would like to thank Major Vineet because of some of the, there have been some exigencies because of which he couldn't really make it himself, but he has been very kind in spite of being in some of the, unwanted and unforeseen situations. He was very kind in getting the entire recording done of the session, and also has been gracious in deputing Mr. Parasar Sikdar, who is working with the Cyber Peace Foundation and who holds a great expertise in developing not only the toolkits, but also the one who is working very closely with the academia on the cybersecurity concerns. It's a pleasure to have you with us, Mr. Sikdar, on this platform. Thank you very much for taking the trouble to come all the way. I have immense pleasure in introducing Mr. Sikdar, who is working with Cyber Peace Foundation, and his specialization is in threat intelligence and data analysis, open source intelligence, DNS-based testbed and DNSSEC implementation. Holding a bachelor's degree in information technology, he started his career as a cybersecurity researcher with an inclination towards cybersecurity. He has exponentially grown within the organization, and in 2017, he was nominated as the grand finalist of the Global Cyber Challenge OT Capture, the flag contest conducted by the Ministry of Electronics and IT, National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center, MyGov, Cyber Peace Foundation, and Policy Perspectives Foundation. He is also being a cybersecurity researcher and enthusiast. He has been a part of the Cyber Peace team that busted many financial frauds and phishing scams with the name of Government of India and others, which were in circulation on the internet. He was a part of the team that published cybersecurity threat advisories reports on the Pradhan Mantri Yojana loan scam, a phishing campaign replicating the State Bank of India income tax e-filing website, free funds with the name of the Foundation of the Honorable President of India, and many others in the public domain. He's also successfully organized and contributed to the challenge development of the Global Cyber Peace Challenge, a globally recognized cybersecurity hackathon with the veterans' technical knowledge. I would not like to stand between you and our distinguished speaker who may like to really deliberate. And I once again take this opportunity to thank Major Vineet Kumar that it's a recorded video lecture by him. And then we also have Mr. Sikdar with us, who is going to deliberate on theme, that is developing toolkit for cybersecurity management and preparedness. Give him a round big applause to Mr. Sikdar for being here with us, for sharing his valuable insights on the subject. It's over to you, Mr. Sikdar.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here. The founder and president of Cyber Peace Foundation couldn't join us today in person. So he has sent one video. So I'll be playing that video for you, and I'll be also speaking about the cyber security measures and all the tools and about. So I'm just starting that video, and in between this video, I'll be speaking.
Good morning, everyone. It's really a pleasure to be at NACLIN 2023 at Goa. Though I'm virtually present, I'm missing the in-person presence at NACLIN, and it has always been a great experience. But my colleague Parasis Sigdar is present with you. Post my session, if you have any doubts, queries, feel free to reach out to him. He'll also be present on the stall at NACLIN. So if you have any queries, questions, or if you want to seek our assistance in setting up cybersecurity in your institution, open center of excellence, or to promote education and awareness among your students, feel free to reach out. We'll be very happy to assist. Uh, I'll quickly get started with my presentation, try to be as quick as possible so that we reserve some time for the questions and queries that we have. So I come from CyberPeace. CyberPeace is a grassroots NGO as well as a policy think tank working on different aspects of cyber. It's an India-based organization now gone global with our three global offices, one in India, the other one in US, and the other one in Kenya, in Nairobi, and volunteer presence in around 70 countries now, working on different cyber-related issues and problem areas. I'm the global president of CyberPeace. I've been an alum of Cranfield University, where I studied cyber defense and information assurance. I also studied leadership at Cambridge University. I studied cyber defense at Geneva Center for Security Policy, Switzerland. And I've been speaking at different forums and conferences, part of some of the Government of India committees, recently joined the Commonwealth Secretariat, the expert group on AI and emerging tech. Have been awarded some national and international honors for my work in the cybersecurity space and have been featured on some of the leading print and television media channels. I would start generally with a picture, and this is a common picture that my every presentation, every talk has. And I ask this question with everyone: what do you see in that image? I know it's a recorded one, so I cannot actually have engagements here, but let me give you the answers quickly. So normally I get answers that it's a Earth, it's a globe, it's a world, and similar kind of answers. But I would say this used to be the old face of the world. Now the new face of the world is the cyber face, which is this. The green dots that you see is the connected devices that talk to each other, and this is what the cyber world looks like, where a lot of things, each Internet of Things being one of the major kind of connectivity, and also a lot of emerging tech is coming in. Individuals are communicating, organizations are communicating, even academia at universities. If you start mapping, on an average, you'll have a lot of connected devices. If you map your home, on an average, you'll find 10 to 15 devices that are there in your home, like your smart TVs, your smart refrigerators, smart washing machines that are connected to internet and are communicating. So this is what I was saying, that it's a smart home today. I mean, it's no more the homes are without any tech gadgets and all. Every home today has some smart gadget installed, whether in the form of Alexas or smart TVs or smart meters. Smart meters are also getting installed in many of the places now, where entire electricity billing and everything is going to be automated. Thermostats, and any devices, if you see, I mean, it is now having connectivity by default, like the smart TVs. Earlier, there was no connectivity into the TVs, but now if you see, all TVs by default are smart. And I'll mention about a site where you can go. This is slightly dated information, but there's a site called internetlifestats.com. And on that site, once you go, you'll see every second new users are being added on different platforms, whether it is Netflix, whether it is LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. The number of viewing on YouTube are increasing every second. The users who are joining different platforms are increasing. So the numbers are just growing, and the strong push that Digital India has. In fact, a majority of the users are coming from now the rural areas. So the initiative of connecting the unconnected is going quite fast, and more people are getting connected, and the numbers are just increasing. If you talk about the internet governance space, there are multiple blocks in the internet governance space, and cybersecurity is just one of the blocks, and there are a lot of things when you talk, and there are many organizations. So if the entire internet is, I would say, it's a multi-stakeholder initiative where organizations like us, individuals like you all, they all contribute to creation of the internet. Where cybersecurity is one of the subsets which we are going to talk today. And there are many ISTA organizations, in fact, ICANN, IETF, and many such entities which are present today, which help in managing the internet and developing tools, policy, procedures related to it. But as users and as end users, you also have a voice in the internet governance space. Now, there's an entire internet ecosystem, like I was mentioning. Uh, there are entities like the ICANN, INA, and many government organizations, individuals, businesses, in fact, non-profit organizations who come together and contribute to the internet ecosystem. So that's how the internet is based, and internet is good. Internet, and we saw that during COVID times, we were able to survive because internet was there and we were able to communicate. But in fact, with all good stuff, you have some bad stuff. So I'm going to talk about the cyber attacks and cyber crimes that, in fact, target, and especially when we talk about academia, digital library, digital assets, which are under attack. We wanted to do a research. The research is still ongoing. Cyber Peace in collaboration with Delnet, we are doing it. Probably in a month's time or a couple of months' time, we'll have a very detailed report on cyber attacks, and especially targeting the academia, what kind of attacks are coming and mounted towards the Indian universities and academia. So there's a detailed research happening, but as of now, some of the issues that we have observed, I'm going to just highlight that with some solutions and recommendations. Now, the categories of cyber threats, the technology related threats, there are cyber content related threats, and there are issues that are there, like between countries, cross border investigation is a challenge, international collaboration is a challenge, cooperation between countries are not happening, and there's no international law. So there are certain issues that exist. There are certain threats like technology related threats, there are hacking threats, frauds, financial frauds, malicious code, denial of service attack, distributed denial of service attack, harassment. Whereas when you talk about the cyber content related threats, it's mostly defamation of individual. We recently saw the deepfake issues rising, and a lot of misinformation rising, and so that can be rated under the cyber content related threats. Child sexual abuse, online porn are also under the cyber content related threats. How criminals hack in? The process is very simple. They just locate a vulnerability in any of your systems, exploit that vulnerability, and get inside your network. And that vulnerability can be anywhere. Vulnerability can be in your network infrastructure, or that vulnerable point can be that individual, and an individual clicking on some random phishing link, getting into the trap, and then exposing the network. So always be aware that there are no free lunches. So even if you see a free Wi-Fi somewhere, and if you feel that, okay, the Wi-Fi is free, let me get connected and let me start my work, you should take a pause, because that could be a trap also, and I'll come to it a little later. Major concerns, well, ransomware is one of the major concerns. Phishing attacks are a major concern, and the distributed denial of service attacks. A lot of data breaches are happening, and this is a figure that in India we are touching 760 million internet users, and soon we will be touching 1 billion connected users. So the number of users are rising, but the threat surface is also increasing.
So basically, phishing is one such of attacks. Basically, for take an example, right? So you know the SBI online form, yeah, or like any legitimate entities, basically like it's legitimate site like online SBI or google.com or facebook.com. So basically when cyber attackers do basically they imitate that particular sites, and they imitate that particular logging page of on say any banking site basically. So whenever and they spread that information, and they spread that malicious URL through email or SMS or any kind of social message basically, which is being circulated over social platform. So they send basically that malicious URL and a lookalike website basically to you, and whenever you click on that particular link, you will get redirected to a malicious domain. So that is not a basically the legitimate site. If you look very carefully, the facebook.com is like facebook.com. Now if someone changes that book.com with b00k.com, now it would be very difficult in urgent or rush. It would be very difficult to recognize when you are clicking on that particular link. And if the particular cyber criminal changes that O with the zero, and it would be very difficult for you to understand or recognize that particular link. And now there is the catch basically. Now there will be one login page, and if you click on that particular link, and if you submit your information like credential, and it will be dumped to a third party domain name or third party server, and all your credential and credentials basically get compromised. This is basically a phishing attack to compromise your personal information, personally identifiable information. Also with phishing attacks, attackers may send you malicious code, malicious attachment through the email. So basically phishing, there are such kind of phishing attack. Whatever misinformation is being passed through email, it's called phishing. And if the medium gets changed, that is through SMS, it's called smishing. And if someone calls you with the name of any reputed entities like phone pay or any reputed entities like SBI over telephone, this is called phishing.
But the threat surface is also increasing. And today, Internet of Things, IoTs, are also taken as a big attack surface, because in your, again, one thing that I missed is in your homes, in your institutions, you might have CCTV cameras and many such connected devices. And these CCTVs and all can also be exploited. There had been a lot of cases where these cameras have been exploited and a botnet was installed, and through that they were able to mount several other cyber attacks, plus also they were able to do surveillance on that institution. Sorry. So from a needle to an airplane can be hacked. And I've taken some clips from the internet about some of the hacking, some of the proof of concept that have been done, whether it's a healthcare device like a pacemaker to airplane. In fact, it has been proved that they can be hacked, they are hackable. So anything that is connected is hackable. So make sure that you secure all your connected devices. Why libraries are targets is because of the digital content. Libraries have valuable content, some of which might be exclusive or paid. The user data, personal and browsing history of members are stored with the libraries, with the digital libraries. And when you talk about the infrastructure, shared computer networks can be used for malicious activities, like connecting into a bot network, utilizing your network or your infrastructure to store illegal stuff, and then it may later create a problem for you. So could you be doing something wrong here? The question is, yes, many institutions are doing a lot of wrong. And in fact, the answer is yes. And through our research, through our interactions, we have found that these are some of the common problems, like no or proper data management, classification, backups are not happening, improper surfing and download habits. You have a firewall, you have a intrusion detection system, but it is not configured well, and due to that, those improper surfing and downloadings are happening in your network. Nobody is monitoring that network. Quest for free movies, music. We are looking for such free stuff, free content, which may have some bad stuff embedded into it. Downloading third-party apps without verification, transaction on public Wi-Fi or insecure connection, poor password management. People create very basic password, something that can be broken easily. People ignore updates and they trust a stranger too much. Even there have been cases where admins of the institution, they also ignore security warnings like systems, websites, smartphones give, and they ignore it. Sometimes the updates are not installed on time, and that leaves your network open for attack. The entire internet is divided into three parts. One is the surface web, the other one is the deep web, and the third one is the dark web. Now, 96% of the internet is a deep and dark web, whereas just 4% is the surface web, where you browse routine things on Google, on any stuff that you do, like reading news or opening a website. That's part of the surface web. Whereas majority of this is part of the deep web and the dark web, where all the illegal stuff happen, and certain contents which are illegal in nature are stored there. And then further, in fact, cybercrime as a service is emerging, one of the models. I'll show you in the next slide how basically this dark web is used, and we basically criminal networks are being organized under the dark web. This is one picture again of a dark web. And what you see here, that everything has a price. So if you want a certain institution to be attacked for 1 hour, you just need to pay $5 to $20 rupees. If you need certain documents, pay $1 and you can get anybody's passports, anybody's email, or any such content which is personally identifiable information, and all of that is available for a price. So it's like a underground marketplace where you pay the price and get the service, and these are the set of services. So any illegal stuff, any content, if you need, that's the place where people can go for. And basically the whether it is credit cards or banking trojans or ransomware toolkits, all of that is available on the underground marketplace. A snapshot of a database leak. Database leaks are also available on the dark web. So in this, in fact, you can see one of the banks where all the data was available on the dark web, right from mobile numbers, name, username, passwords of the net banking users, email, designation, in fact, activation status, OTPs, everything was available. The entire database was available in the dark web, and it was available for sale. The basic understanding of the risk is basically, and these are the risks that we see within the academic environment. So one is phishing attacks. Phishing attacks are basically usually sent through email, targeting staffs, and there are spear phishing attacks also. It can be a very targeted one, targeted to the vice chancellor, targeted to the maybe the director of the institution, and it would look very legit, but the moment you click, you will be compromised. Your network would be compromised. Ransomware, it's like one of the biggest problem again today, where encrypting data and asking for ransom has become very common. So the moment, again, you interact on any such link, illegal link, or maybe content, immediately your network would get encrypted. And it's not just one, the entire network might get encrypted depending on the ransomware. And this is a challenge because even cyber experts are struggling today, because some of the ransomware, the encryption are quite high. And it is very difficult to break because they are using the latest encryption standards. So that has become one of the challenge today. Man in the middle attack, especially in public Wi-Fi networks environments. Basically, there are people who kind of intercept traffic, and they kind of steal the data and credentials from that particular activity that goes on, and then thereafter they can cause further harm. Generally seen on airports, on railway stations, on coffee shops where you are browsing internet for free. And like I said, that there are people in that same network who kind of monitor or kind of track your activity and then can cause you further harm. Physical attacks, unauthorized access or tampering with library hardware. That's also quite possible if you have servers and all, and if you are not keeping it in a safe and secure environment. That's where again it's open for the attackers. And there are interestingly, there are certain cables that have chip installed in that. There are USB drives that are infected USB drives. So any individual can just walk up to your room, to your server room, can insert a cable or insert a USB, and your network is compromised. So physical security is also very important. We will also talk about the other kind of attacks, and we have also discussed this, but then SQL injection I'd like to highlight here. SQL injection is again where cyber criminals exploit vulnerabilities in libraries database management system, giving them access to stored data or even control of the system. So make sure that your database is secure, and SQL injections and all are not there. Otherwise, it can give access to the entire set of data, to the access to the entire database to the cyber criminal. Distributed denial of service attack. Like I mentioned earlier, I showed you on the dark web thing that if you want attack to be mounted on an institution, you just need to pay $5, and for 1 hour your that target institution will be offline. So it's overwhelming the library servers with traffic, making resources unavailable to legitimate users. So this is very common. DDoS is very common. DOS is denial of service attack, and DDoS is the distributed denial of service attack. We also have other kind of exploits, like a zero-day exploit is like taking advantage of vulnerabilities in software or system that haven't been identified or patched by the developers yet. And this is why we give one such recommendation that always update. The moment you see an update from the manufacturer, please update as soon as possible because they might be patching certain zero-day exploits there, which they come across. Then we have the cross-site scripting, drive-by downloads. Unsuspecting users might be prompted to download malicious software simply by visiting the digital library website. And if it has been compromised, it may have been compromised, or some pages might have been compromised. Sorry, 1 second. I also have a bad throat, so of the libraries would have been compromised, and that would have been creating, that would have some element of a malicious code or software, and by simply visiting the digital library, website, people could get access to some of the malware. So some malware could be downloaded on their endpoints or the devices, and then can further infect them. There are insider threats. Disgruntled employees or those with malicious intent misuse their access rights, leading to data breaches or other internal threats. And physical threats, like I already mentioned, is also quite common. Another set of issues, in fact, this has been categorized on different kind of frauds that we observe. There are data privacy and security issues like financial frauds, lottery scams, cyberbullying, dating scams, or online frauds that happens. In fact, in data sharing and ownership, access to sensitive information, misuse of data, and breach of privacy, reputation damage, ethical concerns, anti-competitive conduct, in fact, monopolization, manipulation of search results, bundling of apps, abuse of data, abuses that happen on the social media like identity theft, stalking, misinformation, disinformation, threat to public trust and social harmony, and social engineering. I'm going to share some examples here. So don't worry on that. So basically, the cyber kill chain is divided into 7 stages, and this is how the attacks are delivered. Any form of attack that happens on an institution, the first phase is reconnaissance, where the criminals they scan the environment or harvest information from social media. So you have to be mindful what you share on the social media. Second step is weaponization, where pairing malicious code with an exploit to create a weapon. That's basically that once the recon phase happens, then criminals move on to the weaponization phase, where they pair malicious code with an exploit to create a weapon, and then the weapon is delivered as stage 3. Transmission of weapon happens to the target via email, USB. Like I was saying, it could be an infected cable that can be physically plugged into your server or your machine, or the website. Stage 4 is the exploitation. Once delivered, the weapon malware code is triggered upon an action. This in turn exploits the vulnerability. Stage 5 is the weapon installs malware on the system. Stage 6 is the command and control. Your entire network is controlled remotely, a command channel for remote manipulation of the victim. And stage 7 is with hands-on access, the attacker and they achieve their goal, because this is one of the ways, like I mentioned about ransomware. It's like you click on maybe somewhere the ransomware get delivered on the network, then your networks get fully encrypted, and then a timer starts running that you need to pay this much amount as crypto, or else you'll not be able to get your data back. Now this is a ransomware. Ransomware can affect any of the devices, even the IoT devices, like your smart TV, smart camera, smart doors, that can also be affected. When it comes to your phone, be cautious, whether you're using Apple or Android. Sorry, that can be delivered via multiple ways, via SMS, WhatsApp, iMessage, or in the form of unknown vulnerability. If you click on any of these messages or links, that can further harvest your SMS, email, photos and videos, contact. They can record calls, WhatsApp chat, they can activate microphone, they can activate camera, and also the GPS data. Cyber criminals, so you have to be extremely cautious and careful when you're clicking on a particular ring, or when you're interacting, when you're opening a GIF, when you're opening an image from a random person, because it may lead to such issues. Like imagine your microphone and your camera is activated without your knowledge, and they kind of hear whatever you're talking in the surrounding, whatever activity you're doing. So this is extremely important. Now, this is a small video, and I'm just showing you the dashboard. I mean, just saving time for interaction. But through the video, if you see, through the screenshot that you see, there's a phone that has been compromised on my right-hand side, and the left-hand side is the entire image of the dashboard, which has been created by the cyber criminal. The application is CyberDroid, and through this application, you can see I have entire access to the phone, to the text message, to the contacts, the call logs, browsing history, location, recording, everything. I can even switch the ringer on, switch the ringer off, maybe put the phone into the silent mode, activate camera, activate GPS location. All of that can be done. I can lock the phone. I can open any URL on the phone. I can make that phone to call someone or send a SMS to someone. So all of that can be done. So this is a kind of application that we have. Normally, we also these are some of the hacks generally people do, cyber criminals do, when they are kind of I mean, interacting, or like in this case, it's a digital library. It's a public library where somebody is visiting, a stranger is visiting. There's a girl who's reading a book, and then comes the stranger who makes a random request that I need to make an urgent phone call. Can I have your phone for a minute? And to help this particular stranger, the girl who's there in the library gives the phone, but then within second, the stranger misuses a feature on the WhatsApp called WhatsApp for Web, accesses her entire chats, videos, and then starts blackmailing. So please watch this video.
My battery died. Can I borrow your phone to tell my friend I'm here?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Thanks. Yeah, Ali, I'm in the library. Yeah. All right, cool. Bye. Okay, thank you a lot.
No problem.
All right, cool. Bye. Okay, thank you a lot.
No problem.
Right. So that was one. The other one is free Wi-Fi's. Again, I'll play this quick video where
anyone can actually come up with any Wi-Fi name they want to.
I'm gonna go to everyone's favorite search engine.
So I believe now you are accessing to a news about Stanley death.
Wait, do you, okay, so you can see what I'm seeing on the phone.
Yes, I do. Would you like to access to your cloud storage now?
Cloud storage. Okay, I'm gonna open the script that my producer sent me. Can you see the script?
So is this the document?
Oh my gosh. You can see what I open on my cloud storage.
Yes, we don't just can see, we basically can access and actually save a copy of it. This is what is demonstrated as a man in the middle attack.
Everyone understanding what is happening in the video?
yes, and the third thing that you have to be careful is when you're charging your phone at a railway station. So there's a very popular attack called a juice jacking. So if you are using the cables that are coming out of the charging station, it could be risky. It could have some chip installed. Be careful. Use your own adapter and cable to connect your phone. Otherwise, if you use the cables that's coming out of this charging station, your phone can get remotely connected to the cyber criminal and they can steal data. They can also install certain apps, malicious apps that can further compromise. Rashmi Mandana, where her deepfake video was viral, and already Delhi police is investigating the case.
Are you aware of this
But
case?
you can see how things happen where people morph. I mean, there are AI tools that swap women. The body can be of somebody else, and the face can be of somebody. The voice can be of a particular individual. All of that is possible. I can speak in somebody's voice.
So
I
dangerous,
can
na?
speak certain thing which normally I wouldn't speak. But that application, the AI-based application which generates fakes, can do. They have a tremendous potential here. Such kind of apps are being misused, and a horrifying new AI apps. Don't just believe it. Across India, blackmail people. They are basically using deep nude for creating morph picture of clothed people as nude. We have a lot of these tips and tricks and awareness on our handle at the @cyberpeacecore. This is the handle. If you see, you need to follow at the @cyberpeacecore, and you get a lot of these new security tips and all on our handle. Another cases you can see constantly innovate. You need to check the source. You need to read beyond. You need to check the author, supporting sources. You need to check where sextortion related cases are increasing. They'll normally talk to you in chat, discuss with you about maybe try to be your friend, and then later on do a video call. And then on the other side, there could be women who would strip her clothes and then record that entire video to blackmail you. Generally targeted towards, in fact, male audience, and a lot of such cases are happening in the community. That happen 4,000 rupees, and then you end up sharing the website. Very popular during COVID times, and it is still going on. So don't fall for these kind of scams. Even these phishing links, like I was mentioning, that somebody might scare you like, dear customer, your Apple ID is due to expire today. Prevent this by confirming your Apple ID. And there's the link, or there's the email.
This is
The
basically
moment you
phishing.
respond, or the moment you click
I
on
was
that
talking
link,
about.
you are compromised. So be careful on that. Phishing websites that are there. There are some financial frauds like the NFC frauds that are happening.
Follow me. The victim, he doesn't know what I'm going to do. I just tapped his ass. He's got a PayPass card in his pocket and transactions.
This is
approved.
basically NFC
So,
NFC
he
enabled
watched me.
POS
So
machine.
whenever you have these cards with that Wi-Fi signal, you need to protect it properly. You need to. There are now damages are both online and off-site backup. Backup should be encrypted, and their integrity should be tested periodically to ensure that they can be restored if needed. Access control is required. You need to have proper access control. Implement strict controls. And like I mentioned, don't just deploy a firewall and leave. You need to security factor update segment network, including recognize phishing attempts, safe internet habits, and the importance of not sharing sensitive information. Endpoint security is important. You need to secure your Wi-Fi networks so that regularly update an incident response plan, and also test those incident response plans. So conduct some mock drills and all. And if your institution needs some help, contact us. We'll be very happy to send reviews. That I'll just leave it. Maybe I'll send it. We are already having a booklet, and we are also working on a special booklet for the academia. This is post our research that comes out. So we'll have all of this. So you need to back up your data, password, change your SSID, ISP password, install, use the link. Don't go shop online. Like on the airport, you might find a fake Wi-Fi network with the same name. And if you accidentally get connected to that one, you might end up losing a lot of data. So on a public network, so it protects your data packets. VPN encrypts all security, privacy, safety, and well-being features. Watch your digital footprint. Whatever you do, watch your footprint. There are regulations that are there in different countries, and India also now has the Digital India Act. It was a bill, but in August, the bill has become an act in the form of Digital India Act. And that way, Government of India is doing a lot to secure institutions and individuals, organizations from the cyber attacks. Again, all the necessary evidences in fire take on the website called cybercrime.gov.in. You can go there and report any cases instantly sitting at your home. We can report to the National Commission for Women, for the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights if it is a case of a cyber attack or cyber crimes against. You can also report to the National Consumer Helpline. And Jago Grahak Jago is quite famous. So they have toll-free number, they have emails, and also they for help. CyberPeace also runs a helpline, but as of now, we are getting a lot of cases, and the helpline has just 3 to 4 people who are there to take complaints. But if you are unable to get any help, you can reach out to our number 957 Penta 066. If there has been any incident of breach or some kind of cyber attack on a network, inform to certain and providers, data centers, body incorporates, and intermediaries. And in each of issues can be reported there as well. So with this, I'd like to end, and thanks on behalf of CyberPeace. We'd be very happy to collaborate. Just in case if you need any help, feel free to reach out to CyberPeace. We are here for a peaceful, responsible, and inclusive cyberspace for everyone. And do a lot of these activities, awareness programs, trainings, boot camps, policy advocacy, research, some of them in pictures, in collaboration with certain universities, colleges. We're running certain activities on cyber, implementing some key cyber cooperation between India, UK, India, US. We have 30 plus centers of excellence now, in fact, scattered across the country in Africa as well, and in India. So some of our also safeguards your environment. So we have but our hackathon, CCTNS hackathon and cyber challenge. We have our publication. It's available on the website. You can log into the website from our CyberPeace website or the CBSE website. All of that is available.
So, Major Vineet sir has already mentioned about the CyberPeace Center of Excellence. So, I'm just quickly briefing this. Basically, we established Center of Excellence at various institutions across India with the aim of to take the research and development one level up to foster the students' bookish knowledge. Basically, in India, students are getting kind of bookish knowledge, and now we basically establish cyberpeace center of excellence across the India take the research level one level up, and we also deploy such projects and all. So it's basically it's a community driven collaborative framework for research and development. So these are some of the key features of Cyberpeace Center of Excellence. Bring together loosely associated with cyberspace research groups, end-to-end framework for cybersecurity researchers and all. We also deploy research lab, hands-on research lab at Cyberpeace Center of Excellence, where students can come together and join hands to foster their cybersecurity knowledge. We also deploy Cyberpeace range. Basically, we in an isolated environment, we deploy vulnerable systems and pre-planned vulnerability, and so that students can come and practice their cybersecurity knowledge. Because practicing cybersecurity knowledge on the internet is quite illegal, basically. So now what is the way around of it? So now basically we deploy cyber range in an isolated environment, in a secured environment, where cyber enthusiasts can come and practice their cybersecurity skills over there. And we also provide internship program and opportunities for the students, and we also provide career counseling assistance to the students. Research and innovation on cybersecurity and warfare, I already mentioned. We conduct workshop and conferences for the students, and also conduct faculty development program. Then we also have published our own journal, basically, that is Cyberpeace journal. All the students can research on their own, and they can publish their research paper on Cyberpeace journal. Yeah. So this is the reach of Cyberpeace Center of Excellence as of now. As of now, we have 30 plus worldwide Cyberpeace Center of Excellence. Apart from India, we have reach in New York and basically in Nigeria. So these are some of the key topics and research areas basically focus under Cyberpeace Center of Excellence. Malware analysis and Cyberpeace malware repository, eCovers, that's a threat intelligence project. In this project, basically we deploy multiple threat simulation and capture cyber attacks. We analyze the data attacks, recognize the attacks pattern, and publish threat advisories. And then we also focus on CISA material. One of our Cyberpeace Center of Excellence is currently working on AI enabled, basically AI enabled crawling mechanism to find out all the digitally perpetrators that is happening on this internet, and to find out and recognize all the CISA materials. And we also do have Cyberpeace quick reaction team, which basically to get into the deep dive into the any phishing and malicious URL that we come across on the internet, and basically using threat intelligence and open source intelligence, we deep dive into the particular cyber threat and all, and we also publish threat advisory for the netizens. Yeah, these are some of the research report you can find. You can just move over to the cyberpeace.org website, and you can just see and have a look what kind of research we currently are doing. And apart from this, because of time shortage, I would like to introduce some of the security intelligence tools which will be very much benefited for you in your upcoming endeavors or in cybersecurity endeavors. You can just we already have mentioned about ransomware attacks. These are some of the tools, very much tools. You can just write it down or take a snap of that particular slide. Shoot for web analysis tool, web testing tool, Nikto, WASP. We already, if you are aware of the Open Web Application Security Project, basically it's a free project. You can just move over to the wasp.org website and have a look at it. There are a couple of quite tutorials over there. You can just go through it. And there are other IPS and IDS, basically intrusion prevention system and intrusion detection system. You can just note it down. Snort, Surikata. Sure. And there are some of the network security monitoring tools. I'm just quickly, ma'am is pushing me. The time is going. so just you can just write it down. So basically, these are some of the well recognized tools are being used in cybersecurity domain. So there are IBM QRadar, Splunk Enterprise. There is a couple of security intelligence tools you can use, Virus Share, Virus Total. So this is the last slide. I would like to mention it out. This is our contact, secretariat@cyberpeace.net. You can just reach out to us. And you also do have our dedicated helpline, that is helpline@cyberpeace.net. You can, if you feel any kind of cyber incident or that has happened to you, so you can just directly reach out to us and we'll be happy to assist you. So thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sigdar, for so wonderfully coordinating this session. A big applause to Mr. Sigdar for being there and for planning out his visit at a very short notice. So on behalf of the organizers, we would like to present a small memento. May I request Dr. Samir Gul to come on behalf of the organizers on the dais and to present a memento. Now we are moving to the last session, the pre-launch last session, and which is the product demonstrations, the industry demonstrations. And we have with us our representatives and also our distinguished officials from the companies, including from Balani Infotech, iGroup, from Balani Group. It's a profound privilege and honor to welcome once again Mr. Kailash Balaniji, the Managing Director of Balani Group and also one of our supporters for the conference. Balani Saab, can I see you around? I went out. Oh, you are there. I was looking you in the front. I went out to see you. Yes, yeah. So it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. We welcome you and Mr. Balani, a long-time association and such a wonderful support, a generous support he always extends. It's a profound privilege to have you, and thank you very much for your timeless support to us. It's a profound privilege and honor to welcome Mr. Arjun BJ, the Head Product and Sales Strategy, and Mr. Anurag Gupta, the Manager West. May I request yes, you are there. It's such a pleasure, Arjun, to welcome you again on the platform of NACLIN. And this brings back wonderful memories of the past NACLINs wherein you were there with us. Also requesting Mr. Anurag Gupta. Anurag is also here. Anurag? Okay, you'll be taking care of it. We also have pleasure in welcoming the Traxon Technologies Limited, Mr. Harish Kalgundi, the Senior AVP, the University Partnerships with us. I hope Mr. Harish is here. Mr. Harish, yeah, Thank you very much. We have another product demonstration by eGalactic from Pune, eArchive, that they're going to, speak on. Mr. Prakash Sarda, the co-founder of eGalactic. Thank you very much. This makes the things more comfortable. Thank you very much indeed. A round big applause to all our industry product demonstrators who are going to let you all know about what they have in store for the libraries and for the library and information science professionals. Pleasure to welcome you, Arjun, once again to NACLIN 2023. And we really look forward, to having a wonderful deliberation now.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Arjun from Balani Infotech Private Limited. So, as you all know that Balani Infotech deals with ebooks, e-journals, databases, and technical products. As you all aware of that, Balani Infotech always bring quality and good products to the market every year. So, last year we bought a couple of products, and previous years also. We deals with basically journals in the sense like society publishers and even commercial publishers. So we have 3 technical products which we wanted to showcase here. So first thing I would like to mention that, so we are dealing with remote access and MyLoft, so which is a remote access tool, and so it's a futuristic product in India and already used by most of the universities, IIMs, NITs, and IITs. So for more details, we will be there. So and even Mr. CEO is here, Mr. Jatin. So we can discuss with him also on this product. I would like to after that next product would be like Drillbit. I would like to introduce my colleague Mr. Raghavendra to take up this product.
Thank you, Arjun. So, Drillbit plagiarism software is a Make in India product. So, we are located in Bangalore and also collaborated with Delnet also. Those who are members of Delnet also, they can procure software with Delnet and having the exclusive partnership with Balani sir. So, you all know that plagiarism and copy and pasting of some other content, it might be either books, course content, website, whatever it be, it's amount to be the plagiarism. It's an respect to the academic landscape. It's a serious academic offense. So about Drillbit, as I said, it's the Made in India product located in Bangalore, and we are using the AI and machine learning language at backend to the accuracy of the results. And also we are having proprietary AI-based machine algorithms, and Drillbit detects similarities, manipulation, and text formatting irregularities. It's anything is existing in the uploading document also, our tool will detect and showing the document error. So it's a proud moment as recently the AICT is evaluated our tool and empaneled Drillbit in their website. You can visit in AICT NEET 3.0. So it will giving a big boost for us across the technical institutions in across India. They can procure our Drillbit plagiarism software for commercial plagiarism check technical institutions. So that has been witnessed in July 29th. We have entered MOU with the AICT. So you'll find if you are visiting AICT NEET website in EduTech Factor, you will get the Drillbit information. So and one more most proud and the appreciation thing I would like to share here in from October onwards, UGC has been they given us opportunity with collaborated with Drillbit. So we are serving 1100 plus institutions across India. All the universities are from October 2023 onwards using the Drillbit plagiarism software. So that is also, if you go to the implement and shows to the website, you will get the details about, see the approval and all the details. And also this is the data I have taken from the last week. What is the registration and uploaded of the document from the since we have collaborated with the UGC. And this will helping those, apart from the universities, those institutions affiliated with the universities or autonomous institutions, they want to have the plagiarism detection tool Drillbit. We are having the shops in the exhibition center Balani group. Just you can come as a viewer available there. We will help you out regarding all other things. So this is respect to the ISMS certified company and also compliance. So it will ensure the protection of the data from individual data as well as the whatever the content data in collaboration with the institutions, and also GDPR also we are having recently. The government of India is also having the plan to introduce such a bill in the India. So that will ensure the compliance of our the company. So this is the content coverage, it has been covered, and also these are the mandatory features will exist as per the UGC notification 2018, what you need to be mandatory exclude. And the one more, the rare feature I would like to highlight is the DILBIT is covering 14 plus regional language detection. For example, if any of the particular state they are producing content in either Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Marathi, Gujarati, Urdu, Sanskrit, if you are having such kind of document, would like to check the plagiarism of such a document also, our DRILBIT support. For that, whatever the content existing respect to the regional language in the Shodh Ganga, we had covered apart from the open access. So these are the customers, and now I am handing over one more tool for my colleague, the Egde. He will going to take care of Langquill tool.
Thank you, Raghavendra. Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Satish Hegde, and I represent Balan Infotech. So today, I'm going to present one of the very interesting platform. So if any of the college, any of the university is looking for a solution which can really enhance the placement ratio of your students, then this is going to be a pretty interesting. Definitely I request you to explore Langquill. If you are looking for a technology solution which can help your students to improve their employability, then this is one of the interesting platform. So the question is, what is Langquill? So Langquill is basically it's an online English language lab where your students can practice listening, speaking, reading, writing, and it has content, it has even assessments, and it has various quizzes related to grammar and vocabulary. And apart from that, Langquill also has 7 levels of English proficiency certifications as per CEFR standards. So your students can practice remotely with the help of email ID and password. Your students can practice LSRW skills, grammar, vocabulary, and then they can they can read content, the foundation level, intermediate level, and advanced level, and then they can challenge themselves to avail 7 levels of English proficiency certifications. So that is what Langquill is. And we work with various, more than about 500 colleges and universities in India, and we are also approved by NEAT platform of AICTE. So we are working with National Education Alliance for a technology of AICTE. So this is the platform looks like, the dashboard. And one more thing I would like to mention here, very, very important thing. Say, for example, say I'm a student of Goa University, and, I studied in, I don't know, maybe in the vernacular language, Hindi, and I'm from Cancun, and, and you have a couple of other students who are really good. They basically, they studied in English medium and they come from international schools. So if that is the case, Langquill platform is adaptive in nature. So it can really understand the skill level of the students, and it can provide the content, when maybe listening content, reading content, writing content, etc. So it can understand the level of the students, and it can help the students to get better learning outcomes. With the help of email ID and password, the students will get 1 year of unlimited access. They can challenge themselves, they can avail 7 levels of English proficiency, and they can practice LSRW skills, and they can take up, if at all, they are preparing for, say, any tests, maybe any competitive exams, or maybe, assessment test of TCS, which is going to, which is coming for your, for the placements. So in those areas, Langquill can be very much beneficial. So this is adaptive in nature. This is AI-enabled platform, and there are two things here. One is language lab. Okay, another is basically a library. So when I say language lab, where your students can start practicing listening, speaking, reading, writing, grammar, vocabulary, etc. So that is language lab basically. So if your score increases, then the platform thinks that okay, you are a really good students, and it starts giving the content from tougher, more difficulty level. So another is basically a library. So foundation level, intermediate level, and advanced level topics are available on Lanquil platform. So we are working with, I have already mentioned, in India, we work with more than about 500 educational institutes. So engineering, degree, and, BSc, agri, and pharma. And of course, even we have one medical college as well. So we do work with prestigious colleges like institutions like IIT Madras, or, Tamil Nadu Law University, etc., etc. So we work with various MBA colleges as well. So our stall is here, just in front of the auditorium, and we are available here for for the next 2 days, today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. If at all any college or anybody wants a trial access for your student, then we are very, very open to provide and conduct a demo, or explain the product in detail. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mr. Satish, all of us are lucky enough to be here together, and thank you very much. Please be here, Arjun, yeah. I have pleasure in requesting Kailash Balaniji to kindly come on the dais. We would like to present a small memento to him as a token of our very, very warm gratitude for his immense support. To Delnet, we have a very long time association with Balani sir, with Balani Infotech I Group. We have consortia, as all of you would be aware about it. Also for the ProQuest journals, for WEL, World eBooks Library Packages. And yes, it has been from... it's like a timeless connection. May I have a pleasure in requesting you, Balani Saab, to kindly come on the dais. It's a pleasure. Requesting our president, Kumar sir, to be on the dais, and because we have a very it's for the e-journals and e-books, we have a very long time association, and also requesting other colleagues from Balani Infotech and I Group, and also from Drillbit and Lanquil, Mr. Arjun, Mr. Raghavendra, and Mr. Satish, also to kindly join. Yeah. Can you just change this now? Immense pleasure in requesting Mr. Harish Kalgundi, the Senior AVP, University Partnerships from Traxton Technologies Limited. Enhance your digital libraries with new age companies. May I request you, Mr. Harish, to kindly join us on the dais.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much, ma'am, for the warm welcome. And thank you, Delnet NACLIN, for this opportunity to present our product and platform here. So we all know that the digital, the libraries have been evolved for digital and traditional, from the traditional physical spaces to dynamic digital repositories, right? So when we were discussing this with the various different universities and educational institutions, we found traditional libraries faced various challenges in keeping up the pace with the digital information, right? So they themselves have found the need of digital transformation and also they are looking for emerging new age technologies, right? So why exactly new age companies matter, especially for universities and educational institutions? Because they are characterized by their innovation, agility, as well as a digital first mindset, right? These companies play a pivotal role in shaping the future of industries through various different technologies and business models, right? Considering all these things, we came up with a platform which enhances your libraries with a a traction database. Basically, we are a private market intelligence platform, a secondary research platform, where we track all the emerging technologies, recent trends, as well as provide insights on various different companies. So we are curating around we have already curated around 2.4 million companies. This is across the world in various different sectors. Around 1800 plus sectors now moved up to 2400. We have around 192,000 plus investors on our platform, where you can get their information, connect with them, understand how exactly they invest, know their funding rounds, know how exactly they invest on various different companies, right? So how exactly it helps universities and students, how students can leverage the platform is by fostering that entrepreneurial drive and using our platform for their academic research as well as various case studies, investment and finance education, especially when it comes to e-cells of every university. They focus on this particular part, and incubation centers as well. So you can track the global startup ecosystem. And also we have come up with a new service with respect to career enhancement, where we provide where you get the information about the employee trend that is happening across the markets, and based on that you can invite the companies to your campus for placement and various hiring programs, right? So these are the features which we provide on our platform to the universities as well as for the students, where you get information about the financials, you get information about the investors, the funding details, the cap tables, entire competitor information, as well as various reports that is happening across the industry, across the technology. You will get that information. So we are curating like 1,000 plus reports every day on each company as well as each sector, right? So why exactly you need traction inside your campus is basically to ensure or understand the private market, right? As we are covering a sector-based companies, where we have curated, as I told, 2.4 million plus companies across 40K taxonomies, and you will get sector trends, what exactly happening here with each sector. And also you will get comprehensive competition analysis, not only with respect to the startups or the companies corporates. We also provide information about the various universities. You might have alumni from your universities who have built their own startups, right? We are covering those startups as well, and you will get to know how many students or how many alumni are coming up with their own companies. Right? For an example, we have 600 plus alumni from BML Munjal University, and they are kind of working on those on our platform as well. Right? So I have told who we are. So these are the sectors, basically a comprehensive platform looks like. What exactly we are covering, these are the things we'll be covering. And who we are, as I told, our founders being the ex-investors and from IITs, they initially started this platform to ensure they find the good companies to invest on, right? So with their vision, we came up with this comprehensive platform. So we are also mentioned in various media. Last year we went public, and that is one of the opportunities that we got to connect with various different segment and sectors. right? And we are also backed by top universities. We are partners, knowledge partners with all these universities. And these are our industry clients. And we every day we kind of get 1,000 to 1,000 plus students who register on our platform for their research and dissertations, right? And these are the testimonials they have given. And for any queries, any questions, we are here. And also, I believe you would have got our brochures along with your welcome kit. So if you have any questions, you can connect with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harish, and thank you for joining us at NACLIN 2023. On behalf of organizers, we would like to present a small memento to you. Now we are inching towards the last product demonstration slot, and which is being for eGalactic Pune. And we have with us today Mr. Prakash Sarda, the co-founder of eGalactic. It's always so wonderful to interact and meet the founders and the co-founders of the organizations. Immense pleasure in welcoming you, Mr. Prakash Sarda. Please give him a big hand in joining us at NACLIN 2023. And I would now like to request Mr. Sarda to kindly brief us all about eGalactic and also about eArchive, and also, how this acronym, what's the special meaning of this acronym? We were being intrigued by having a look at this eArchive, how to really pronounce it. Please forgive for the pronunciation, and it's over to you, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Prakash Sarda, and I'm representing here, and I know I'm between you and lunch today, so I'll try to do justice to the time that I have. And I probably have collectively a days of time if I count 10 minutes of each of your time. So I want to do justice to that time. So I would like to thank Sangeeta ma'am and also Goa University for providing us with this opportunity. I am grateful to them. Today's introduction session was quite interesting, and from Mr. Jay Kumar's thought, I captured this as one thing that has changed significantly is the evolution of learning. And if you look at two things that has changed, one is the timelines have become very short and the rate of adoption has become very fast. So there was time when people would probably do things. So they would observe and do things, and that is how they would learn. And then they would probably ask, because people started staying together in terms of villages, in terms of societies. So they would essentially, knowledge would get passed on by people speaking. And over the last 2000 years, maybe manuscripts and books came up. So that became the medium of transfer of knowledge. But last 20 years, we saw search engines. And now we see in the last 1 year, it is basically ChatGPT. In 1 year, they have more than close to 20 crore people. So the adoption is very fast, which means things are changing. And when things are changing, basically we will see that a lot of new things come up. But one thing that has still remained same over the maybe 10,000 years or more is a character of an individual. And that is what is the basic purpose of education. How can we create strong characters so that irrespective of the change, the values, the principles are right, and hence the society in large is benefited. So as eArchive, basically our focus is to build academic integrity, and we provide a plagiarism detection system. So Archive is a Sanskrit word which means honesty, and eArchive is honesty in everything electronically that is being created by users. So that is how the concept of eArchive is. So if you look at basically great works that have been done, so if you look at Wealth of Nations, a work by Adam Smith, more than 250, 300 years old. Charles Darwin, Origin of Species, again, more than 200 years old. These were work done by one researcher over 5 or 10 years of period. That's when they didn't have Google, they didn't have means to store data, they didn't have means to analyze data. And yet, if you look at each of these work, they still are relevant today. So essentially, if individuals can do such a great work, just imagine what is the collective work that we as a society or a country can do if we are able to harness the best potential out of each and every individual in India. We are one of the largest education system and still growing. There's immense potential because 1 out of 6 individual in India who's pursuing, 1 of the 6 individual in the world who's pursuing a higher education is from India. And yet we are still getting started. We are still at the very bottom, and if you look at per capita income, so there's a huge opportunity in terms of value addition that we can do to the society, to the country, and to the world. So that's why we feel that academic integrity and character building, it is very important, because it will ensure that people are able to get the very best out of them. And when we talk about academic integrity, it's not just about plagiarism in text, but it is also about image, data fabrication and falsification, contract cheating where outsourcing of work is done. We are able to address part of it and not all of that. And why addressing plagiarism is very important, because what it essentially ensures is that when there's a research, it creates some content, it creates some work. When a publication is done, basically you publish what you have worked on. And then that is what leads to essentially, then you apply what you have learned is when you create patent. And you create patent not just for yourself, but also for your company, your country. And patent is one thing that has remained with the individual for the last 200 years. Things have not changed there. So you create a lot of value addition for the society. And that's where eArjav, it's a joint venture between eGalactic and Anti-Plagiate, which is a plagiarism detection system. And our goal is to address plagiarism in Indian higher education and abroad. So eGalactic has been providing products to higher education for the last 15 years. We have different products in areas of business simulation game, human anatomy, marketing strategies. And we have also introduced now EV labs and robotics. Our focus is to how do we provide product which can enhance value of education that is being given by the institute or basically the individuals and faculty members. We've been working with the Ministry of Education and FlipNet UGC for the last so many years, and we had also earlier worked with UGC Sri Lanka to provide plagiarism detection system. Anti-Plagiate has been in plagiarism domain for more than 18 years, quite robust system, have more than 40 plus patents, 35 innovations and patents, and I would very confidently say that technology-wise, it is the best solution available in the world today. So it has more than 1,500, the base platform has more than 1,500 plus customers, which includes universities, research institutes, more than 4.3 million users, basically 43 lakh users check system on a daily basis, more than 3.5 crore documents are checked annually on this particular platform. Some of the customers of the base platform, this has different versions of the platform. So as an individual user, you can use it. As a collective institute or university, you can use it where you have options of creating department, sub-department, getting faculty registered. So we have different options based on your requirement. We can provide you with the solution. We wanted to clarify 2 points here. Basically, one is from UGC perspective. UGC policy document says that you need to have a credible plagiarism detection system. So every university and institute has the right, and they should have a plagiarism policy where they define which product they are going to use. Second is that UGC policy says 14 commonly known or coincidental terms, which essentially doesn't mean any 14 words, but it should be commonly known and coincidental term. So every 14 word need not be excluded, but only which is basically coincidental and commonly known term, only those can be excluded. So what are eArjav unique features? One is we do not show false positive, which means that random 2-3 words of similarity is something that we do not show in our reports, but we show larger chunks of text or complex combination of words so that we only show true plagiarism. And this is how we are very different from every other player in the market. We provide a side-by-side report where you can see basically all the sources which are there from where we have found similarity, and you can also see the actual text in those sources, so you can actually validate basically whatever has been found, is it actually there or not, and what is the user's intent when he has made changes actually into the report. So we show a side-by-side comparison, we show you all the sources. We provide you a distributed structure where essentially what you can do is that you can not keep the responsibility centralized, but decentralize it and give it to every department and sub-department, yet the admin can monitor the entire thing. And at the same time, when you decentralize, you also need to ensure there is an accountability. And for that, we provide reports which are with zero manipulation, which means that the original version of the report always stays in the system, even though you make changes to the report. This ensures if there's any audit needs to be done, that is possible. And some of the unique points are we support all 21 regional Indian languages, including Hindi and Urdu. We are also able to check cross-language, which means that if content has been originally in French translated to English, or if the content was in English and translated to Hindi, we are able to find that. We can find AI-generated text. Now, I mean, the challenge in AI-generated text is that there can be a lot of false positive detection. That is because basically any AI generation text will generate text based on combination of words and logic that it finds. So there is a possibility of false positive, and our algorithms are finely balanced to ensure that we detect and yet do not show false positives. And so these are some of the unique features, and we also have image plagiarism check functionality now available, though it's in beta, and we'll be shortly launching it in production. We are also working on handwritten text recognition, and we'll launch that shortly. This is how AI generated text looks like, and we show it as a suspicious thing because we can never be 100% sure whether a content is AI generated or written by an individual. This is an example of image check, and if you look at the page at the top, it shows a 86.86% similarity. If you look at bottom, a part of the page image has been taken, so it shows a 0.45, which is 45% similarity. So we support more than 100+ languages across the world, including 21 Indian regional languages. We are able to find cross-lingual text, as we mentioned here. And we also provide a certificate which will be available for the user. So here you can look at, on the left-hand side, you will see the original text, original source, and the right side, you can see what was the final report. So that is also available. And we are providing free trial access. So if you need, please reach out to us for the trial access. And just a few thoughts that I want to leave you with is when do you think your students basically were given a one-page assignment and they wrote on their own? How much was copied? How much did they edit? How much did they actually write? And how much was the learning? And now just imagine if they would have done the entire work on their own, what would the learning be to them? So a plagiarism checker, basically when you introduce that, you give a message to the institute or students that you need to do your own work, which essentially means that he will find ways to learn, whether it is by friends, by attending classes or reading, but it's a quality check at the end of the process, which ensures that at least the content is original. And the best time to introduce may be as early as possible, but because we are focused on higher education, we believe that at least the first assignment of 10 pages or 1 pages should be checked, because if we expect people to become suddenly original content creators of 200 pages, it is asking too much to them. So if we start checking it early in the higher education, we are doing justice to them, we are enabling them, we are preparing them for being successful. So we want to say that the focus today is more on faculty and researcher. This needs to move to students. This needs to start early in their career when they submit their first assignment. The documents that are currently being masonry checked are thesis and research report, and this needs to be assignment and project. But if you look at these 3 glasses, it's not about optimism, but it's about percentage of plagiarism. If you look at our focus today is every document, how can I find more and more similarity and plagiarism? But if you look at our goal, we want to get to 0%. How do we get to 0% similarity and plagiarism? And we are here somewhere in between. And we hope these two will align shortly and we'll get to our end goal of both being at 0% plagiarism and having the focus in that direction. So we are here. We would love to talk to you. Please come and visit us. If you need a brief demo, please let us know. Please write to us at sales@egalactic or at the contact number for trial access. Thank you for your time, and I hope it was useful. If you have any questions, please reach out to us on our stall, and we'll be more than happy to address it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sardar, for being there with us and also for making us aware about the meaning of archive, honesty. That's wonderful. Thank you very much making us aware about this product. And on behalf of organizers, may we request you to kindly accept this as a small. Thank you. So with this, we are towards a closure of our the pre-lunch sessions of the 26th National Convention on Knowledge, Library and Information Networking, NACLIN 2023, which each one of us are experiencing it.